Hey YouTube! Today's video is going to be on a crocheted bow. This bow is made in the round and it's made out of two different colors. So I'm going to show you guys how I switch colors when I crochet. It's also clip-in, so you can clip it wherever you want. You can clip it on a jacket, on a hat, on a scarf. You can even clip it in your hair. So it's really cute. You can make different kinds to accessorize different outfits. Like I said, you can clip it in different places. So yeah, let's get started. Hey guys. Okay, I'm going to be using Karen yarn. I'm going to be using a mint color. And I'm going to be using pink in Karen as well. Also going to need a size H hook, tapestry needle, and a clip of your choice. Doesn't matter what kind, or a bobby pin, whichever you choose. This part is totally optional. And of course, you're going to need some scissors. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to do our slip knots. So, do that. There's our slip knot. We are going to chain 30. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops, that is not 4. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So chain 30 and I'll meet you at the end. Alright, now that you've chained 30, you are going to take the end of your chain and slip stitch in the first chain. So I'm going to go around and slip stitch. So now we have a circle. So this is the base of our bow. For row 1, we're going to chain 1 and single crochet in the same stitch that we slipped in, or the same chain that we slipped in. Then we are just going to single crochet in each chain all the way around until we've reached our chain 1. So just in each chain, you're going to single crochet. Sorry if the lighting is kind of low or dim or anything. So do that all the way across until you reach your chain 1 right here at the start, and I'll meet you at the end. Alright, now that I've reached the last chain on my hook, I'm actually going to switch colors now since you saw that I brought in the mint. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the hook in through that chain, pull up a loop. So then I'll have 2 loops on my hook. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the mint color, put the mint on my hook, and bring it through the 2 loops. So that's how you correctly change colors while crocheting, so that you don't have this weird, like, it'll look uneven. Your rows will look uneven if you don't change it this way. So here's the way. So when you slip stitch, we are going to slip stitch in the first single crochet on our hook, not the chain 1, but the single crochet. So now you have another color ready to start. For row 2, we're going to chain 1. I already did it. Then we're going to take the blue from the blue, the tail that's on your blue. And we're going to just crochet over that as we go. And for this row, you're just going to crochet in the same stitch you slipped and all the way across until you've reached your last stitch, because we're going to change colors again. So how am I crocheting over this? I'm pulling the yarn up above my stitches, and when I go through with my hook, I'm going all the way across. So your yarn is hidden. You won't have to worry about weaving in as much as if you didn't. So just single crochet all the way across until you reach your last stitch, and I'll meet you at the end. Alright, Now that I've reached my last stitch, this is what I'm going to do. We never cut off the yarn that we dropped when we put on the mint. So what we're going to do is I'm going to stick my hook through, pull up a loop, and I have 2 loops on my hook. And since we didn't cut the pink off, we don't ever want to cut the yarn. Since we're changing colors, we're not going to cut the yarn yet until we're actually finished. We're going to grab the pink, put it on our hook, and pull it through. So now you have pink, and then we're just going to slip stitch in the first single crochet on our hook. So now you have pink, as you can see, coming out really well. So, and then you'll have the mint back here. And what you're going to do, just next time you have to change colors, you're going to do the same thing you just saw here. Alright, for row 3, we are going to do the same thing. Chain 1, single crochet in the same hook we slipped in, and single crochet all the way across. Now you're going to keep doing this whole, the whole routine until you've reached either your desired length. This is kind of coming off the top of my head. This is one tutorial that's really easy for me. Actually, it's really easy. So I didn't think it mattered me using a pattern or not. So I'm going to keep going until I get high enough to come back and tell you guys when I think you should stop, how many rows you should do of switching colors and just single crochet, alright? So I'll be back. Okay guys, I am back, and we're going to do a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows, but we're still not done. One way to tell if you have enough or you've reached your desired length is to pinch the middle, because that's how we're going to make our bow. So, and I think I want my bowl to be a little bit fuller than this. So yeah, and you also can do a larger amount of chains so that your bow will be wider, and when you do more rows your bow will be bigger. So yeah, so for right now we have reached our last row, and this is row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I did my last single crochet. I'm just going to slip stitch in the first single crochet on the hook, and then I am going to bind off. But we're not quite done with our bow yet. If you have a choice, this is your choice, this is optional, but I'm kind of a perfectionist when it comes to things that I have to do with my crochet. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take my hook and take the mint color that I haven't cut off yet. I'm just going to cut a long piece because I think I have to weave that in. But get rid of all this yarn. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my work upside down. And I'm going to, it doesn't matter where you do it, where you slip stitch, but I'm going to slip stitch right here at the back of my work in the, I don't know what you call this, in your chain. This is where we first chained in our first row. We are going to slip stitch. Then we're going to single crochet in the same loop we slip stitch in. Then what you're going to do is you're going to single crochet in each loop all the way across. Now you're just going to, I don't know if you can see them, but we're going to single crochet in each of these little holes right here. Can you see them? All the way across. So do it, and again I'm going to be crocheting over my yarn to hide my tail. And what this is going to do is this is going to make it look like this at the top. You'll have the same look. I'm going to do 2 rows of this because I like to end off with the same color. I like the pink to be on either ends of my bow. So Keep single crochet in each loop all the way across until you've reached your last loop. And I'll meet you at the end. Alright, I have reached my last loop. So at your last loop, you should have the tail from your first chain, that first row right there, since we're crocheting in the bottom. So I'm just going to pull that to make sure it's tight. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to single crochet in the loop right here, or I probably just closed up the loop, but I'm just going to make a hole then. See if I can make one. That's good enough. And pull up a loop, go through the hole, pull up the loop, and I'm going to put back on the pink. And pull through. So then I'm going to slip stitch into the first single crochet on our hook. So right here. Alright, now you're ready for the next row. This is my choice to do another row. I don't know, let's see. I could just leave it, but I like pink being at the top and bottom, so that's what I'm going to do. So if you want each color to be on either sides, go ahead and do another row, just doing the same thing you saw me do. And that's basically it. So go ahead and do that, and I'll meet you at the end. Alright, I've just reached the last single crochet on my hook. So I'm going to single crochet in that. We don't have to switch colors anymore. So single crochet, and then I'm just going to slip stitch in the first chain on our hook. So now that we're done with our bow, with this tall of yarn I'm going to pull quite a bit, because we're going to use this to wrap around our bow to make it look like a bow. So pull a lot of yarn. I'm not sure how much, but just enough. I think that's good enough for this bow. So I'm going to cut it now. So now I have all that yarn. I'm just going to cut any other piece of yarn that's connected to my bow. So now this is what we're left with. I'm just going to weave in all my ends right quick, and I'll come back and I'll show you how we are going to attach our clip or bobby pin, whichever you choose, to the bow. Alright, I just weaved in all my ends. Now you have like this little cuff. So what I'm going to do to attach our clip is, first we have to actually scrunch in our bow. So I'm going to pull the tail at the top over, kind of can squeeze it over, and I'm just going to keep doing this. Now make sure you're doing it pretty even. You don't want it to be like squished more on one side and then not as squished on one side. So you're going to keep doing this. Pull it tight. So this is what it should look like right now, and I actually don't like the lace coming out, so I'm going to do it again. So you guys can see again. Squeeze it. And so this is what your bow should look like right now. Of course you could wrap it way tighter than I actually did, but this is how it's going to look. Alright, so now that we've wrapped our bow, it's good enough. So this is good enough for me. So what we're going to do is going to turn our bow around. We're going to take our clip. If you have one of these things, if it looks like that, you're going to place the clip downwards like this, Then you're going to take your yarn and wrap around the bottom half of the clip. So you don't want to do it too much, because if you do it too much, oh boy, if you do it too much, then you won't be able to get it closed. So let's see, that's pretty tight. And what I'm gonna do just to secure it more is I'm going to take some yarn and I'm going to loop through right here with some thread, and there's a hole back here. Now you finished your bow. So. There it is. You can always like do like if your last rows of the ends, you could do like a picot stitch or like a shell, just to make it, you know, look all pretty and girly and stuff. So there's your bow. So you guys are all done now. I hope you like it, and I hope it wasn't too hard. Please comment below, tell me what you guys thought about it. Be sure to post a picture of your bow on our Facebook page at Marcella's Creative Crochet on Facebook. Thanks for watching.